He lost his only chance in one afternoon and thought his life was over. The letter came folded in half, dusty from the long bus ride. He had been waiting for it for weeks. Every morning he ran to the small wooden gate before the sun was fully up, hoping the postman would stop. That day, he did. A village boy with big dreams and worn-out sandals. His name was Arav. He was 18 years old. He opened the letter with shaking hands, the scholarship he had prayed for, the one that could take him from his small farming village to a city college, the one that meant escape from poverty. Application rejected. The sky looked the same. The fields were still green. Cows still moved slowly near the river. But inside him, everything felt gray. He walked behind the house where no one could see him, sat on a pile of dry hay, stared at the cracked earth beneath his feet. I'm not good enough. That thought didn't whisper, it shouted. His father had worked in the fields since sunrise every day. His mother stitched clothes late into the night under a weak yellow bulb. They never complained, they just believed in him. You will study, his father would say. You will not live this life. Now that dream felt broken. He imagined telling them. He imagined the disappointment in their eyes, even if they tried to hide it. He felt small, powerless, trapped. For days, Arav stopped studying. His books stayed closed. The wooden desk in the corner of his room collected dust. He woke up late, avoided neighbors, avoided questions. Inside his head, a storm was growing. City kids are smarter. They have better schools. They have money. Life is unfair. He blamed fate. He blamed poverty. He blamed the system. Sometimes at night he would lie on the roof of his house, looking at the stars, asking silent questions. Why give me dreams if you won't give me a chance? Loss has a way of making the world feel smaller than it really is. One evening, his grandfather found him sitting alone near the river. The old man had seen many seasons. His hands were rough, his back slightly bent, but his eyes were calm. You didn't get it, his grandfather said gently. Arav didn't answer. He just nodded. The old man sat beside him. For a long time they said nothing. The river moved quietly. Then his grandfather picked up a small stone and threw it into the water. Look, he said. The water rippled. When the river hits a rock, does it stop? Arav shook his head. No, the old man continued. It finds another way. Simple words, but they didn't leave his mind. That night, Arav lay awake thinking, maybe the scholarship was not the only path. Maybe the rejection was not a wall, but a turn. The next morning, he woke up before sunrise, not because he felt motivated, but because he felt responsible. He opened his books again. The same books that had felt heavy now felt different, not as a ticket out, but as tools to sharpen himself. He helped his father in the fields during the day, studied at night, borrowed old textbooks from a teacher in the nearby town, walked miles to use internet at a small cafe once a week. It wasn't easy. Sometimes exhaustion made his head drop over his notebook. Sometimes doubt returned. What if it still doesn't work? But this time he didn't let that thought control him. He made a decision. If he couldn't change where he was born, he would change who he became. Loss had taken away his shortcut, but it gave him something stronger: discipline. Every day he followed a routine: wake up early, help at home, study for 3 focused hours, no excuses, no waiting for perfect conditions. He stopped comparing himself to city students. He started competing with yesterday's version of himself. Months passed. He applied again, not just to one scholarship, but to many. He wrote essays with honesty, not desperation. He spoke about his village, his struggles, his growth. Rejections still came, but now they didn't break him. They trained him. One afternoon, another letter arrived. This time, he didn't run. He walked calmly. almost prepared for another no. He opened it slowly. "Congratulations." He read it twice to be sure. It wasn't the same scholarship he had dreamed about. It was different, smaller, from another institution, but it was enough. Enough to begin. His mother cried, his father stayed silent, but his eyes were wet. Arav looked around his small home, the mud walls, the narrow bed, the simple kitchen. He realized something powerful. If he had received that first scholarship easily, he would have believed success was luck. Now he understood it was resilience. Years later, when people asked him about his journey, they expected a dramatic story about one big opportunity. But he would smile and say, "The rejection was the best thing that happened to me." Because losing that first chance forced him to grow beyond it. It forced him to build strength instead of waiting for rescue. If you are 18, if you feel stuck, if you lost something important, an exam, a job, a relationship, a dream, don't assume it's over. Sometimes the path closes because you are meant to build your own road. Don't cry over losses. Let them shape you, because what you lose today might be training you for something greater tomorrow. And remember this, a closed door is not the end of your story. It's just life asking, how badly do you want it?